This one, the name is just worth going over time. Deadpool's crotch writes, will the shared movie universe ever stop? Universal Monsters, Hasbro, G.I. Joe, Call of Duty, etc. It's too much. Love the show.
If you're asking about whether shared universes will stop and adding on to already existing properties, if that's the question, I don't think you're going to see it stop anytime soon. But, sometimes it is nice to just see a standalone vehicle. But you can have those. Like, I would go with something like John Wick. I don't think John Wick is going to cross over anywhere. And that wasn't a known franchise going into the movie. But it's not like John Wick is going to team up with, say, The Purge, Frank Grillo, and they're just going to go on some mission together. So I like seeing team-ups. I agree with you. I can totally understand that it can feel oversaturated when you have the Expendables coming out here and the Avengers and the Justice League and all this other stuff. But it's also, these are things that a guy like me and guys of our age have dreamed about seeing since I was a kid. When I got a toy, I didn't want to just play with that individual toy. I wanted to see what my G.I. Joes would do if they met up with Transformers, and if Transformers met up with He-Man. Did He-Man kick all their asses? Of course he did. He's Prince Adam, but it is cool to see that stuff. Dennis, are we finally at the point when it's just too much of shared universes?
No, because they're still doing well. I mean, you have Marvel, and they're the ones who kicked off the whole shared universe thing, and so as long as that's successful and the DC's doing theirs and that's successful, everyone's going to want to copycat that. I mean, that's kind of the industry, right? Like if something's popular and successful at the box office, they're going to copy that. And I don't really know if the Universal movie Monster One really needs a shared universe, but they're going to do it anyways.
Christian George.
But Dennis, in regards to the shared universe, Marvel, I think, was the first one to really build the mega success off of it, because Tarantino and Kevin Smith were kind of doing it in their movies.
Own.
Yeah, but in a much smaller way. But yeah, Marvel's the one who's really made it big and kind of got the other studios on board to do it. And I don't want it to stop. I want to see, as long as it's done well, and I think that it could be, I want to see it done outside of the comic book universe. I want to see how it happens here with the monsters, the monster universe, and see if they can do it in other ways, because I always thought, like, not that this will ever happen, but like there's been talk and fan hype of Bourne and Bond being in the same franchise. That to me could be an interesting thing. Like certain shared universes that you maybe never dreamed of, and you saw two of your favorite movie characters, because back in the day there was always talk about what if John Matrix from Commando and Rambo fought and stuff like all those types of things are where we hope and wish that these things that happen are possible depending on which studios have which properties. So
both men took down an entire country by themselves. Okay, one more Twitter question, but we each only get like one sentence to answer. Natasha, go.
Okay, Sierra Dune asks, with Deadpool being made for $50 million and looking like it will be amazing, how can Fox justify $150+ million budget for Gambit?
I don't know that they can. I know that that's probably something that they're talking about right now, is like, look at Deadpool and look at what we did for that amount of money. Gambit, you could probably save some dollars in your bank account. Just look at what Deadpool did, and that's your template.
I'll tell you how they justify it. They move it like they did, and they restructure like they're doing. They're aware of it already, because you can't. I mean, the thing is, another reason why, and they pretty much make joke of it in Deadpool, is because of probably who they cast, all the people that they cast in Gambit, and the amount of money that they're spending for things that aren't even the actual production of the movie. Like it's, the cast and how much Channing Tatum costs alone. So I think they need to drop certain things, not him, but they need to just drop certain things and not put their priority so much on this big, glossy, big movie. Make it a smaller movie because it's a smaller property. And like the viewer just asked, Deadpool just did it. You can do it for 50, 60 million, especially for a movie that's starting out. Spend the money on the sequel.
What does the term one sentence mean to you?
You did three. You did three.
I think they should curb and put the budget. 150 is way too much for Gambit. But I also hope that other studios or other movies learn not to copy Deadpool. Deadpool is unique, right? You can't take any character. You can't take Gambit and go, we're going to make him R, and then we're going to have him say like foul things, and like, don't do that. But learn the lessons of how Deadpool took a significantly smaller budget and made it, stretch it out and made it look a lot bigger than it actually was.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.